So it's first participation in ministerial meeting here in New York in the Security Council, because with Belgium we are non-permanent members since the beginning of the year. So it was very interesting to start with a debate about climate and security, because we have said during our campaign to be a member that it's important to extend the debate, not only to speak about armed conflict, but to discuss also about climate change, about poverty, bad governance, or displacement of people and migration, because all those issues have an influence on the security issues. And in the analysis, country by country, in the analysis about the region, it's very important to put in the analysis the effect of climate change, because there are some possible tensions coming due to climate change and the effect of that. So I will insist on that, because for the new generations, it's also very important to see that we have a real attention for climate change in all the different political debates, also in the Security Council when we speak about security.
Minister, can we ask you about Venezuela? Yeah. Will you be staying for the meeting tomorrow? Do you think that the situation in Venezuela is a threat to international peace and security that the Security Council should be dealing with?
First of all, we tried to express a common view from the European Union on that since the beginning of the crisis. And the request is to have an open dialogue in Venezuela, to have a new political process for the organization of credible elections. Because we recognize, of course, the National Assembly was truly elected by the population, and we recognize also its president, but we need to have a dialogue to organize credible elections. And that's the next step in Venezuela. So we'll try to express the same view from the 5 member states coming from the European Union in the Security Council tomorrow. We discussed that for the moment in Brussels, but you know, since the beginning of the crisis, we have said that the good solution is to have a political process, a peaceful political process, to organize for the organization of credible elections. And I must say that, of course, we are concerned by the violences, and we ask to stop all the different violences in the country, because and certainly for the people having the security force in their hands, I mean the President Maduro. Okay.
Do you see Russia, China, and the United States as major barriers to better incorporating climate change into the security work, or how is that?
I'm not sure. It's maybe interesting also for all the members to put the debate inside a different analysis on one region or one country. It's something else to decide at the end about that. But to agree on the fact that it's important to put into the fields climate change, like other issues, I said, displacement of people, migration, it's also a source of tension, sometimes due to climate change. To put that in the analysis, I'm sure that it's possible to reach an agreement on that. About the conclusions, country by country or region by region, it will be something else. You have seen that also about the climate change as such. With the Paris Agreement, it was possible to take China or Russia on board in the Paris Agreement, and then in the different discussions later, like in Katowice. So I'm sure that there's a real room for maneuver to integrate climate change in all security discussions. Then to take a decision country by country or conflict by conflict in something else. I want just to add maybe one word about Northern Macedonia, because sometimes there are good news, and we have had a positive vote in Greece, like in Northern Macedonia, about the change of name. So it's a good opportunity now to do more with such a country in the NATO and in the European Union. So I'm very proud to see that after so many years, it was possible to solve such a name issue between Greece and the new country with a new name, Northern Macedonia. So we are very proud of that. Sometimes there are good news also to express here in New York.
Mr. Minister, on DR Congo, yesterday we saw the inauguration. For you, is that case closed? Is the story over then of the election questions about the election and its credibility?
We have sent from Belgium congratulations to the new president. Of course, we have had many doubts about the process, but now the most important element is to see if it's possible to change the policy in Congo, in DRC Congo, and so to release, it was announced, the political detainees, the prisoners. It will be a very important step. But then is it possible to restart good relations between Congo and the European Union, to have a new ambassador there, because we have a problem with the ambassador in the last days before the elections, and certainly to change the way to manage the country in favor of the population. It's a very rich country with many resources, but there are so many people living in poverty. So we ask now to change really the way to manage the country, and we will see that and we follow that in the next weeks and months. But we have sent congratulations to the new president. We are waiting for a new government and certainly for a real change in the way to manage the country.
Mr. Will you participate in the debate on that as well?
I'm not sure because I have all my diplomats coming back to Brussels for the diplomatic conference in Brussels during the whole week. So normally I need to go back tonight. But we will express our common view from the European Union about Venezuela. And I said the real request is to have new credible elections because we have a full recognition for the Parliamentary Assembly, for the President of the Parliamentary Assembly, but it's needed to go back to a dialogue with a real possibility to organize credible elections. And of course, we are concerned about the violence in the country, so if it's possible to stop to use violence, and certainly for those people having the security force in their hands. I mean, first of all, the President Maduro.
Thanks. Mr. Minister. We look forward to engaging with you on future visits.
Thank you.